Hello! Today I've taken a day off of work at I Can Make Shoes to make some shoes. I've only made kind of like sandally things before, things that are like really simple, don't need any stiffeners. But Amanda made these leopard print ballet pumps, and ever since she made them I was like, I've gotta do it too. So I've got some shoemaking lasts, I've got some pre-made flat soles, I've got the ballet pump pattern, my material, my leather. I think I'm sorted, I'm ready to go. So the material I'm using is this gorgeous leopard print denim from Fabric Godmother, and then on the inside I'm just using this ballet lining. So that's all for the materials. I've also got toe puff stiffeners, counter stiffeners, but that's not yet. All we need to do at the moment is trace out the pattern and sew it together. Nope, I need a bigger bit. That is not enough. Right, I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna start with my lining. I've got a bigger bit of ballet lining now, and I'm just gonna take my pattern. You use the same pattern for the lining and the upper, but you just follow different things. This is a free pattern, by the way, so you can download it for yourself and see if shoemaking's for you before like committing to any of the courses, or like just kind of seeing how complicated it is. But hopefully this video will give you a good idea of that anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna start by tracing this out. You wanna do one way for one shoe and then flip it for the other shoe so that you're making left and right feet. So I'm now moving on to my leopard print upper layer. I've already traced out the lining, but I'm just gonna cut everything out together. So I'm gonna get these traced and then I can cut it all out as one. So now I'm just gonna cut out everything really carefully. I've got big plans with this leopard print denim to like make a whole collection of things. I guess I am really copying what Amanda did because she made a pair of leopard print ballet pumps and also like a leopard print bag, and I think I'm gonna do the same, but I also wanna make a leopard print like denim vest. I've got one in my wardrobe at the moment, just like a plain denim vest. And the pattern doesn't seem too tricky, so I feel like that's also gonna happen. And I think I've got enough to do all of those projects, but what I might do is do this project first, then the vest, and then if I have enough, I'll make a little bag as well. But I also do already have 2 leopard print bags that I've made, but they're not this leopard print, so I feel like I can allow it. This is gonna sound super lame, but I mean, you can probably tell from the fact that I've taken a day off of work to do something work related, but I genuinely work my dream job. Like, I get to be creative. Well, I guess this actually isn't part of my job, but like it's kind of a perk that comes with the job. But I get to be creative in terms of doing some shoemaking, but I also get to be creative in like editing videos and stuff. Like, I'm the video girly. I do the online course videos and also like social videos, also like the marketing and that sort of stuff. I basically feel like the job combines everything I love doing, and also we're 3, sometimes 4 women that just work together, chat all day, have a good time, do our work, get to make some shoes, get to make some videos. Like, it's the dream job, guys. I'm living the dream. Yeah, I don't really know what my point was, but I feel like after uni, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I studied TV production and had a great time doing it, but I kind of knew I didn't want to go into TV because I just didn't. Like, I just knew that was the case, but I wanted to study something I enjoyed. So after uni, I went into like admin jobs, insurance. I worked in social media for a bit. I then went freelance and then finally ended up in this job. And I remember like going from freelance to this job, I was like, oh, do I want to do it? Like, I feel like you can make a lot of money freelancing, but it just wasn't for me. And I was like, actually putting my enjoyment of my job daily above money is actually important. Like, my job satisfaction is so good. And I feel like you gotta prioritize that sometimes. Okay, so I've cut out my pieces, I've folded the top line of my denim pieces so that they don't fray. So now I need to put the back seams together and stitch them up so they turn into a bit of a 3D shape and start looking a bit more like pumps. So I'm just wrapping my head around it. I need to make sure that is that way around because then that's the inside of the shoe. Yeah, all the seam allowances are on the pattern, so you just follow that. And you can glue these back seams together before you stitch, but it's like such a small distance that I feel like I don't need to glue them together, I can just go for it. So I've just sewn the back seam together so that it becomes this kind of shape, and then I'm just going to do it for all the pieces. So I'm at the point of stitching the lining and the upper together. I've done this one, which has actually turned out pretty neatly. Like, I've never really stitched this much before on a shoe. Like, I've done my sandals, but that's just kind of like straight lines, not that difficult. That being said, this is just like one big loop, so it's also not that difficult, but I've just never done it before. So it was quite high pressure, did it well. They actually look pretty neat. I'm surprised my machine actually coped quite well with it as well, because I've just got a Brother sewing machine I want to upgrade soon, but it's just like the bottom of the line one. I think it was about 80 quid or something from Argos. So it's really not that heavy duty or anything, and it went through a layer of leather and then the folded denim, so that's like pretty thick. So yeah, it coped well. I want to upgrade and get the Singer Heavy Duty. At work we use the Janome HD9, which are incredible, but they're also like $1,000. The Singer Heavy Duty I think is about 300 quid, so I think I'm gonna go for that. And then my mum wants this one anyway, so I'm gonna give this to her, get myself a new sewing machine, and hopefully I'll just be like whipping out the ballet pumps. So I'm gonna sew this one. I hope it's gonna be as neat as this one. Like, there are a couple of areas where I went a little bit wiggly, but I really think people pick apart handmade stuff a little bit too much. Like, there's probably dodgy stitching on a lot of the clothes that I own, but because I didn't make it, I don't notice it. But as soon as I make something and I've gone like slightly off with my stitching, I'm like, oh god, I'm like so amateur. But no one's perfect. Everyone goes a bit wobbly here and there. It's all good. So I'm going to start at the back seam because that just makes the most sense, and I'm going to whiz around it. Yeah, I feel like that wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, take 2. I always get one really cold foot when I'm sewing because I'm like just walking around there to pick up the spool. Like, I keep one slipper on, but I can't feel the presser foot if I have my slipper on my like sewing foot. So I always take my slipper off, but I get like a really cold foot. That was not interesting at all. God, I don't want to speak too soon, but I feel like I'm doing a really good job. Okay, I can put my slipper back on now because I'm pretty sure we are done sewing for now. I do want to make like a scrunchy strap to go over the top. That's just going to be sewing a tube, putting some elastic in, gluing it under. So the main sewing is done, and I'm very glad because I feel like that's the main thing where things can go wrong. Like, it's a big time commitment to have to redo it again, so I feel very relaxed that all my stitching's done. It's a little bit wibbly wobbly in places, but like, it could be worse, you know? Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is just trim them up and get them ready for the lasting stage. I have never lasted a pair of shoes over a last before, so this could go one of two ways. I could be a natural and just excellent at it, and I kind of feel like maybe it could go that way because I've edited a lot of the online course videos and I edited the ballet pump tutorial, so like I should be a pro. I mean, I feel like that's not how it works, but I should know the steps very well. So yeah, I could be a natural, I could just whip them up great, or it could go really downhill from here. So yeah, I'm just gonna get them trimmed up and then we'll get them on the lasts work our magic, and hopefully end up with a pair of shoes. And hopefully they're wearable. Okay, so we are now officially at the part of the shoemaking process that I have never done before, but I'm feeling strangely confident about it. Like, I just feel like if I follow the steps, take it slow, take my time, what could really go wrong? So I've got my glue back out. This is just the Renier Aquilin glue. Love it. It's so good. It's water-based as well, so you're not breathing in like toxic fumes all the time, which is always a good thing. When it comes to attaching the sole, I will have to whip out the toxic stuff, but like, not for long. So my stiffeners are in on this one. I need to do the other one to match. I am just having the best time. Everything seems to be going well and to plan. So I've just put my stiffeners in. First time I've ever put stiffeners in a shoe. They went in a breeze. So I've got my toe puff stiffener, my counter stiffener, they're all smooth. I think I've put them in the correct position. Like, I got Amanda back up on my screen and watched a video of her putting in the stiffeners, and I followed it step by step and they've gone in perfectly. So yeah, I'm gonna move on to the other one. Hopefully that one goes well as well, but I do have spare ones just in case I mess it up. But yeah, it's just going pretty smoothly. I can't complain. So once I've put my stiffeners in, I'm then going to be at the point where I last the denim layer over the top, and then the shoe is basically done. Like, I just need to put the sole on. But before I do that, and I really need to make sure I don't forget to do this step, is I need to make my little scrunchy straps that I'm going to put over the top. So literally all I'm going to do is get some elastic, which I've got over there somewhere, and then put it through a tube of the leopard print, and then make sure, how do you do scrunchy? Like, make sure there's more leopard than strap, so then it all like scrunches up, and then I'm gonna basically glue it underneath so that it just goes like over the top, and I feel like that's just gonna look adorable. But I need to make sure I don't forget to do it, because I feel like I'm gonna get very excited to finish the shoes, and then I'm just gonna glue the sole on, and then I'll be like, oh, there's no strap. They'd still be wearable shoes for sure, but I just think the strap will look adorable. Also, I'm not convinced I've done everything spot on. Like, the sides might be a bit loose, or like I probably have done something not quite right, because these are my first pair of shoes. So having a strap over the top will just make sure that I can actually wear them and my foot will stay in. Whereas if I've done the sides too loose or something, if I leave it just as a pump, my foot could slip out, maybe? I don't know. Like, I actually might have done everything right and I'm just way overthinking it. But I also just think a scrunchy strap will look really cute. I would love to say that I came up with the scrunchy strap all by myself, but I've been totally inspired by my friend Victoria's shoe brand. She has this brand called Vondrela, amazing shoes. I've got the Joni sandals and I wear them to every wedding I go to, or like just any fancy, doesn't even need to be fancy, just like any more put together outfit, I wear the Joni sandals. She has these double scrunchy strap Mary Janes called the Ruth pumps, and I am obsessed with them. I love them so much, but I don't really wear pumps and Mary Janes all that much. So what I'm thinking is that I'm gonna make these shoes, love them, and then be like, wow, I need the Ruth pumps in my life. But yeah, Victoria has the most amazing shoe brand. And that's what I love about my job as well. And I know I'm kind of going on about how much I love my job, but it's made me meet really cool people. Like, Victoria is a shoe designer. She lives in Amsterdam now. She has this amazing shoe brand. And I'm like, I would have never met you if it wasn't for this job. And she's a great gal with great shoes. So I don't know why I'm talking about her. You don't know her. I almost forgot to keep filming. Like, I've just been kind of on a roll with it, and then I was like, oh, I'm about to attach to the soles and I'm not filming it. So hello, sole time. I'm using my strong glue for this, so I'm trying to do it as quick as possible so that I'm not exposed to the fumes for so long. But I'm basically at the point where I filled the gaps in the sole. Like, you want to have quite a flat sole. I've left a bit of a gap where I'm going to have the strap. I'm going to glue it all up, glue the strap on, glue the sole on. Then they're basically done. I need to make an insock, but I'll do that tomorrow because it's just creating a padded foam insock and it's not that interesting. So yeah, I'm just gonna glue everything up, stick it all down, and we'll have our shoes. I've made the scrunchy straps. They're just elasticated scrunchy straps. They've got glue on the ends, so I'm not gonna touch them too much. But yeah, it's time to glue it all together. I'm quite tired now. I didn't realise how long this would take me because I've seen Amanda make so many pairs of ballet pumps, but obviously she's a shoemaker and she's made so many pairs in her life, so she can whip them up so quickly. And I was like, easy, whatever. This is my first pair of shoes, so it's taken me basically all day. But I mean, I only started at like 2 p.m. and it's now 7 p.m, so I feel like that's pretty good going for my first pair of shoes. Anyway, I'm gonna stop yapping, gonna get gluing, get all the fumes away, finish the shoes. And the shoes are done. It is the next day, but my camera died last night and I just needed to do the finishing touches, like peeling off the sticker on the bottom and put the insock in. So I was just like, you know what, I'll wait till tomorrow, show you the finished shoes. I'm chuffed with how they turned out. Like, they actually look like a pair of shoes. I went for like quite a thick scrunchy strap over the top. I did experiment with like a thinner one, but it just felt like not as structurally sound and I actually want to be able to wear them, so I went for the thick scrunchy strap. But I just feel like it looks a bit more like a style choice, like it's a bit fashion girly, but I like it. So yeah, chuffed. I can't remember what I've already said about them, but like the ballet pump pattern is a free pattern, so you can go ahead and download that and just give it a go for yourself. Like the lasting process and all of that, like you will need to learn that. So yeah, that's about it really. I'd say if you want to make a pair of shoes and you've not made any shoes before, I would watch the free intro course at I Can Make Shoes, because that shows you how to make a pair of like mules. And I feel like that's probably a slightly more beginner friendly project, but ballet pumps are actually super beginner friendly as well. So give it a go, work it out for yourself, figure out what you want to do. But yeah, I'm chuffed. I'm actually chuffed. I think next, I know this is quite a big jump, but I think I want to make some cowboy boots. And like in my head, right, I've made sandals before, which are different to shoes. And then I did the jump to shoes and the stiffeners and lasting process all went fine like first time. So is it really mental just to go for cowboy boots next? I don't know, I feel like I've got a natural talent. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching me make some shoes. If you want more videos like this, let me know. I will probably do them anyway, but it's always good to hear. So yeah, hope you enjoyed and I'll see you soon.